If this doesn't.
No, he went to the little users restroom.
Okay. All right. So we're live streaming right now. I still hear a lot of echo. And so it's probably because somebody has a mic on. If you all could turn the mic on. I'm going to turn it over to Kirk. I got to go get my daughter from gymnastics. Sorry about that. But I think we're good. Yep. YouTube is showing a live stream and it's recording. So we're good. Yeah. Okay. Good deal. I think we're recording.
Oh, Jace, you hear me?
Enable DVR.
Well, can you hear me and unmute yourself?
Okay, I can hear. Whoa!
That one's not me. I got my headphones on.
Okay, now how do I wrap the presentation on that?
Well,
Okay.
Jace, you'll be amused to know that I finally got the brake caliper off, only to discover that the dealership was totally lying about the brake pads. They hadn't even gone through the wear groove in the middle yet, and they were telling me that they totally needed to be changed. So all that effort just to find out that the dealership was lying to me.
Oh, okay. So
I'm sorry, I didn't understand a word of that.
Yeah.
I got reverb.
Start the application.
Okay. Can you hear me well now?
Yes.
So after all that effort to yank the brake calipers off to replace the pads hadn't even gone through the wear groove in the middle yet. So the dealership was totally lying through their teeth when they told me that the pads needed to be changed immediately.
Great.
I'm just a little cranky about that right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Okay. Open file.
Okay, so this mic is going through the AV system? Okay. All right, then I'll just turn this mic off.
No name. That's it, right?
that one.
And then here, going to, oh, shoot. Just meet.
Huh. Can we,
Do I have it somewhere
can we
else?
do that now? Okay. Let me see if I got a Ethernet. No, I didn't. I never got Ethernet. Well, let me try. Maybe just attend DHCP. That's not.
Sorry.
That's all right. I know it's that button. So just see if you can pull it up. I gotta get my daughter.
Yeah, get going.
Hey, is everybody there? We dropped off to get new internet. Sorry about that. Cola Lug, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out how to get the presentation up on the screen.
I can't hear you. Oh, I've got the mute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
I am trying to get the presentation up on the screen.
Okay.
I haven't quite figured out how to share a window yet.
Let's see.
Trying to get the best protection for the ransomware. Just isolated backup.
Yeah.
Really worrying more than anything is ransomware.
Yeah, I've not been paying attention.
You guys do work or something fancy.
We back up.
Same thing external.
We have like redundancy. Yeah. We're trying to set up our AV. We've moved it from one place to another, so we're starting that back over. Oh, there's Cola. And I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name again.
Oh, well, doesn't matter now.
Rat. It's so weird. He needs to point.
Yeah, now you can ask him. He's back.
Tell me again your name. I'm so sorry.
And unmute before you answer, please.
I turned the mute on for when you first join. Nope, sorry.
Hover over the screen with your mouse. It should bring up the mute bar at the top. At least it does for me.
Nope.
There we go. Yeah, my name's Kirk.
Kurt, K-U-R-T?
K-I-R-K.
K-I-R-K, Kirk. Gotcha. As in
Yeah, so now I've lost the video here. Let's see if I can get that going again.
Hey, Shay.
Yeah. Shay and Robert are both here.
I owe Shay many beers. The presentations itself, where he was doing the AV, were by far the best audio ones to deal with because he was stone dead quiet. Every other one, I have to scrub through the audio timeline because it failed over to the shotgun mic. So if the person doing the AV even shuffled in their chair slightly, it sounded like an explosion by the time I amplified the audio enough.
Well, this is great. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're doing it magnificent.
Well, I don't. So far, I'm not impressed.
Kirk, I know in the past y'all have had really bad internet connection in that building, so I don't. Well,
Yeah,
we've not had really good ones either, so I don't know if I have any room to.
I'm the only one not at the meeting, and naturally, therefore, I have the best internet connection.
yeah. Well, I bet it's better tonight because there aren't any people out in the library. They're off doing better things.
Do you have
dates and such?
Yeah.
That's actually not bad. The quality coming from Cola Lug is actually pretty good. You're getting a couple megs up for sure.
And it comes up and down though. That's the thing, is it freezes every once in a while.
But are you seeing our video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It freezes from time to time, but yes.
Oh, because we don't. There's supposed to be a little sample window down here, and we're not seeing that.
Yeah. Your sample window is black for me, but your full screen is looking fine.
Yeah, our sample window is black too.
Yeah, whoever's on the main screen is black on the smaller screen.
Correct.
So since we're on the big screen, it's
It saves your laptop from, unneeded cycles being blown.
Oh, I see.
I heard somebody yell my name.
Rick Smith says hello.
I would be there, Rick, but, well, Jace can tell you, it's kind of boring and a little sad.
Car.
Do you know how to share the presentation? All right, this is free.
no. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we've got a presentation to how to get it shared over here. I mean, I can hold it up, but that's kind of tacky.
It probably needs to be on the same computer.
Well, yeah, I've got it over here, but I don't know how to bring, I've got it here, but I don't know how to share this, that window back there.
Well, gentlemen and ladies, whoever else has joined, I've got 6:30, and so I was going to say, let me welcome everyone to our multiple South Carolina Linux users group meeting. This is Jace. I'm at in Greenville at Upstate Carolina Linux users group. We've got a contention at Cola Lug in Columbia. Hey, Cola Lug.
Hi.
And then Jeremy's attached. I'm going to let him start off and tell us a little bit about Southeast Linux Fest 2017. Yes. Go ahead, Jeremy.
So, updates on Self. For those who were quick off the gun, we opened the room block for Self this year, pretty much the last day of the conference last year. And so I just checked in on the block as a lark a couple weeks ago, and it was already a third gone, and it's approaching half gone now. So if you plan to come to Self and want a hotel room, go quickly, because I'm about to start going through the sponsors, and as the sponsors say yes, obviously they're going to book a hotel room right away. So realistically, the pool of hotel rooms for Self is dwindling already. Also, the call for speakers has opened. The call for sponsors has opened. If you want to submit something for the job board, we can do that now. If you want to carpool or organize a room share, we can do that now. Go to the website, southeastlinuxfest.org. All the stuff's there. If you want, I encourage you to join our announce list. I treat it very much like a software project release list, where you're only going to get a small handful of emails a year and only the important stuff in big lumps. I'm not interested in spamming you. I have enough spam to deal with already. That's pretty much it for me. So things are going pretty quick. Speakers will come out early April. So any questions about Self from the crowd?
Where is it this year?
Second weekend in June. I want to say that falls on the 9th through the 11th.
And location?
Sheridan Charlotte Airport, Charlotte, North Carolina.
All righty.
Oh, and the videos from last year. So OBS Studio whooped my butt thoroughly. So if you want to send complaints, send them here. But the videos are almost entirely out from last year now. I think there's only a couple slots left to release. The audio is a patchwork quilt. Basically, the audio in pretty much every room failed over to a shotgun mic, so I had to do very heavy audio post work in Audacity. Audacity's amazing though, so it's still listable, but the videos are all there. Check those out on the YouTube channel.
Great.
And if there's no further questions, I will go back to putting my car back together and then click this to the live stream.
Just look at it.
Ooh, Skycam view. All right, final call for questions before I go put my car back together. And going once, going twice.
Well,
Sold. No self questions. Have a good evening, everybody.
wait. We're trying to figure out how to get the presentation up on the shared screen. See anything up there?
It should have it should be in that list.
Yeah, well, it's not that, and it's got a whole bunch of other junk in it. I hate doing it off of that laptop, but that may be what we have to do. Oh, we're muted again too. We should unmute.
Sorry, we were muted. I guess I'm gonna have to do this
presentation the wrong way.
and do it from my laptop backwards. Let's see.
Have you tried?
I don't know exactly how to do this, so we're gonna see what we can do if we can get this where we can. This is not gonna work.
You want to do have the presentation window?
I have it on here. I'm just gonna. Oh,
The other screen to come up. How did you do that? What, 2 fingers?
3 fingers.
Oh,
No, I'm saying, do you have it on the pin drive?
Yeah.
I mean, if you put it on, it might come up, because I think we used that before.
Should we just punt
Yeah,
this?
just pull it out.
Yeah. Let's see.
That's what she said.
all right, I've got my microphone ready.
Run it. Okay, I can't hear you guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. I can see a presentation on Mihai's. Am I saying that right? Mihai?
Unmute. All right.
Okay. So, okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Can you hear me? Is my mute? Am I muted?
So it's already done, but they haven't said they hear us.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Maybe we go ahead and start this thing up.
All right, go right ahead. I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Okay. I've been playing around a little bit with this OpenHAB and MQTT or MQTT. Get this acronym right. But anyway, the basic objective that I had was I wanted to integrate a bunch of data from a bunch of different sources and get it on a single page. And I was having a lot of trouble doing that because the web browsers don't like it when you're reading from multiple websites on the same page. You can't use HTTPS when you're doing that. So I wanted to figure out a way to do it. And so it looked like I needed to have some kind of a server that would allow data to come from different places and integrate it. And I was looking at a bunch of different ways of doing this. I had some other things I wanted to learn about. I wanted to learn about one-wire devices and this MQTT. Kept reading about that. It seemed like that was a good thing to do. Most of the services out there look like they use something on the internet, and I really oppose that. So this whole thing about the castle doctrine is that your home is your castle, and you don't let stuff out of your castle. So you basically have a firewall inside your house, and you don't let anything out of that. And so that means the server has to be inside the house. Now, if you want to do it, that's your problem, but you know that you control what you let out. And
Hey, Kirk.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Are you showing something on the screen? Because all I see is a red bar across the top and a gray one right below it. Otherwise, it's white for your presentation.
Okay. We thought we had that slideshow up on the joint thing. So let's see what we got going here.
It looks like it's a slideshow that hasn't fully drawn.
Oh.
There was something. Yeah, we saw the splash page. Okay, that looks like a camera that's being shielded. Or a gradient wallpaper. Yes, it could be. It's very pretty.
Let's talk about the wallpaper.
No, it's my sticker.
Yeah.
I love them stickers.
Oh, I was on mute. Duh. Okay, there's me. Is it Mihai? Is that how you say it? There, that's much better. IoT using OpenHAB and MQTT by Kirk Carlson. Kirk.Carlson@AT&T.net. And that's on Mihai's screen. Again, is that how you say it? Mihai? Hey? Since you just joined, you're muted, so you may be answering me and I'm not hearing you because you're muted.
Oh.
Okay, how about now?
There we go.
Okay.
Good. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Go right ahead and I'm going to mute me.
Okay. I played around with home automation stuff before, so this isn't my first rodeo, and so I am not trying to control anything. I'm not even trying to turn a light on or off, because I've tried that before and had incredibly lousy luck. Lights are always on and off when you didn't want them to be. You know, they'd come on in the middle of the night. It was grand X10 technology 15 years ago royally sucked, but now maybe things are better and they're supposed to be more reliable, but I'm not yet at that point where I want to trust that. So I'm mainly in a data collection phase. So the main things that I thought with playing around with this thing that I could collect was local weather conditions. So run a bunch of thermometers around, pull a forecast off the internet. There's a couple of esoteric things I wanted that are on the internet that are very hard to integrate. Nobody really cares about them, but except maybe me. And you know, they're very hard things to get at. And then there's some other things to pull up, some, you know, astronomical things like knowing when the sun rises, the sun sets. My wife likes to know the moon phase and when it's going to rise. And then have some sensors around the house, like for motion sensors or door sensors. In looking at what to do, there's a bunch of different approaches to doing this thing. I'm kind of a Raspberry Pi nut, and these things are in most of the Raspberry Pi magazines. And again, the problem with almost all this stuff is that it goes out to the internet. OpenHAB at least has a version of it that runs on its own little server and met the criteria that I had. And so there's maybe 20 more of these kinds of applications out there and I didn't consider them all. I mean, so this is just kind of going blind, but this met the criteria I had. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and play with it and see what happens. So the basic thing that OpenHAB is, they call it the home automation bus. That's where the HAB comes from. And it integrates information from different sources. And mainly it abstracts the data and then changes it into a data variable. So like as a programmer, this thing is a normal paradigm that you're used to. So you got numbers, strings, date times, and then they add other things to it. They start adding contacts, switches, dimmers, and whatnot. And there are a lot more things they have. They have phones and all sorts of things that you may have in these in a home control network.
Kirk,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt you again. We're still seeing just the first page. Are you on more than the first page?
Yes, I am.
Let me see. I wonder if there's this.
Well,
Here, I've got that first page up. I don't know.
well, then we're not sharing it right here from this side. It's somehow
All right, now that's showing up here.
Personal objective.
well, maybe we'll just do it
Okay,
from
we
this
got it.
this
We got
silly
it.
thing. This is not the right way to do it, but it's better than nothing. Let's see if we can turn this. We turn this thing off somehow.
Yeah, I'm seeing your
Well,
edit. Your
it
edit.
doesn't really matter. Yeah, well, I mean, let's see what happens if I bring it up full screen. Is it going to screw you up?
Well,
Oops.
that's the one that,
But this doesn't work, right?
yeah.
You-
Oh, hold on. Maybe this is what we need to do. Yeah. Like change.
Now I see your camera.
Application and
No, well, yeah.
Okay.
There, now that looks like a presentation.
Okay, now can you hear us? Okay.
Yes,
Okay, now we'll try it again. So you got the screen up there?
I do. IoT integrator alternatives. Node red.
Yeah, and the changes. Oh, I flashed
Changing,
that too
yes.
fast.
What is OpenHAB?
Okay. Okay. So anyway, the big thing about this thing is that it integrates a lot of different kinds of devices. So if you have Nest or whatever Wave or whatever you have in your house, this thing will talk to it in addition to talking other things, which so you can do that. And then once the data is in OpenHAB, you can take it, you can get it back out again with a RESTful interface. And it's currently being actively developed. So just get into that here in a second. So this is when I say there's lots of things that interconnects to, there's almost 100 of them. And this comes off of their website where they went and got some of these logos off the different things that they can touch. And so if what you want on there isn't there, it may be because things are being added to it all the time. And again, like I found that there are things that I could do that aren't on this list either. The version that I'm running is 1.8.3, which was current as of last November. Right now, there's a newer version of it that's 2.0 that came out in late January. And it's, of course, you go from 1.8 to 2.0, it's completely different. But a lot of the core fundamental stuff is still the same. And there is a Pi version of the thing where it has an OpenHAB and loads the whole thing up on a net install for the Raspberry Pi. And that seems to be pretty easy to load up. It comes right up, but I didn't want to mess around with that for the presentation. Anyway, the basics are, the thing is configuration driven. And they have, at least in 1.8.3, there's drop-ins that you put in to add functionality. The drop-ins are little pieces of Java code that go out and interface whatever device that you're trying to talk to. So in general, you only put the ones in that you need so that it doesn't slow the whole system down. And then you have these configuration files to define what there is. So the main file controls the add-ons. So each one of those add-ons has a few little parameters that you have to tweak to hook it up. There's items that basically they're a parameter. They're a variable that you put in and you define what that variable is. A sitemap says which of these variables do you want to display at a particular time. So they have a bunch of things that you show them on a web browser or on an app that goes on like Apple or a Android device, that you can see this list of these items, and then you can see the status of like a light or be able to turn it on or off, that kind of thing. Persistence is basically a database that lets you hold information for a period of time so that you can show graphs of temperature changing, or you can say what was the high and the low temperature of the last 24 hours. The key for all of these home automation things is a rule-based system, and this one's no exception, so that you can sit there and use the rules to say if then else type things. So when something triggers, you can make something else happen. And then there's a few apps that they have that they tweak into this thing. Okay, so the add-ons that I used in this thing is pretty simple. The first one was this Astro, and it basically gives you astronomical information. So it's purely compute bound. You give it a latitude, a longitude, and a time. It computes where the moon is and where the sun is and that kind of thing. Weather, it gives you a forecast for where you are. Again, you give it a latitude, longitude. It's not going by city. It goes by basically where your house or wherever you want it to be. And then you get the weather from one of about a half dozen weather providers. So you're not stuck with a single one. And then to interface these other things,
Okay, we lost Kirk. Shay, are you still there?
Technology is great when it works.
Mihai's back. Mihai? My hi.
Oops.
There we go. OpenHAB general config.
Yeah. So anyway, to configure the thing, and the first thing is to configure the add-ons, and they have one great big huge configuration file. And mostly what you do is you go through and you uncomment things to turn things on. And so the general configuration, there's nothing to do there except to turn on what kind of persistence you want to have. In my case, I use that MySQL. The Astro, you have to feed it in a latitude, longitude. The weather, you have to feed it a latitude, longitude, and then you have to give it an API key to get into these weather providers.
Kirk,
Yo.
could you possibly make it a little larger?
Let's see what we can do. You do it. Well, you got full screen down there, but that's, oh, we're not quite.
No. That's hold on. Does it have a zoom?
Well, we can share the presentation online later.
Yeah, well, the presentation is on the GitHub site. So,
Still online?
but that's not, I don't know. This is not very good.
It's not updating there. Can you guys hear us?
Go ahead, don't worry about it.
Well, so anyway, the configuration really isn't that important, and I know that I put these incredibly detailed slides in there, and they probably get in the way of being able to really understand what's going on. Now, this isn't working either. Damn. Did we go back out of this thing? Okay.
No, you're right. Keep going.
No, can you see what, I mean, I think I changed the screen and it didn't update is the problem. I'm on a page called items. Anyway.
No, we're still seeing weather add-on configuration.
Yeah.
Okay, that's bigger.
You do. I'm not used to this machine. Okay. So when you well, it's
In that. Not updating. Then we're getting the image up there every now and then, but then it doesn't, when we get it, it doesn't update. We're running off of that.
well, I mean, you can try running on that one because the presentation's on that machine too, isn't it? Oh, no, it's probably not. No, I. Yeah, we didn't copy it. Shit. Boom.
I mean, you can always just move it over.
Well, I clicked on it, but nothing ever happened. All right, so we're seeing that right now. Let's see if it will update.
But
Nope,
How about that?
Mm-mm.